Greetings, everyone. I'm B. Knight, author of the blog A Journalist Journal. This is the first of many videos giving out some writing tips and some new media stuff and some other stuff that I learned along the way that whatever I feel like sharing at the moment. But mainly writing and new media. I guess a little background about me. I've been a published writer for the last 9 years. And these videos probably should have been done a long time ago. So I actually have one of my readers to thank for inspiring this video because I get asked this question all the time. So be blessed. Thank you so much. 1, for your question. 2, for your following, your likes, and the engaging. I really do appreciate it. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Her question was, what tips can you give a new freelance writer or journalist who's just starting out? I get asked this question all the time. I really do. And it has changed. My answer has definitely changed over the years. But this is what I'm sticking with for 2014. First things first, Eventbrite. Yes, Eventbrite. I really think this is a magnificent tool for any writer, period, seasoned or new, to get a really nice jump start on, going out to events if you're doing event, covering, any kind of event that's going on in the city, because Eventbrite has everything you could possibly think of for this night, tomorrow night, next month, the month after that. So you can actually plan out a schedule, an actual editorial schedule if you wanted to with Eventbrite, because a lot of those events are free and they're great events on top of that, and they're just looking for coverage. They're looking for bloggers to come through and to cover their event. Another great thing about it is that you can actually contact the event organizer. Sometimes they're an actual public relations firm, which is awesome because you want a publicist on your team. Like, as a journalist, your publicists are your right-hand people. So that's somebody that you want to immediately find. And sometimes you can actually find that in the event organized section of Eventbrite. And also when you're actually going out to the events, which brings me to my next point, networking. You're going to want to network your butt off, okay? No one really does cards anymore. It's nice to have them, but no one really does them anymore. But to have an online profile will be wonderful. Just exchanging emails is really good enough, but you really want to make buddy with the people at the event, because you don't know what other events that they know about, and you definitely want to find out who put the event together. Find out the publicists. If there was one there, find them and become their homie. Oh my gosh. Because those are going to be your ambassadors. They're going to be the ones who are going to call you and say, hey, doing this event next week, can you cover? Or just letting you know about it, or just get on their email list, because it's a reciprocation. Everything in business, whatever, is about reciprocation. You want to write a story, and the publicist wants you to write it. So they're the best people to find, especially if you're just graduating. Find out your peers and your colleagues, from your alumni who graduated with a public relations degree. 9 times out of 10, they're trying to build their resume and their portfolio as a publicist. So those are the people that you want to definitely keep in contact with, for sure. Also, following the people that you enjoy as a journalist on Twitter, on all your social media. You really should find out who those people are, follow them. Because really they're going to have tips for you as well, because they've been doing this a long time. You admire them for some reason, so you want to know your favorites in the industry, the who's who in the industry. You definitely do. So that's also going to help build your social capital. And again, it goes with the reciprocation. You follow them, they follow you. You comment on their stuff, they might comment on yours. So it's definitely about reciprocation and building that social capital in those relationships. And that all comes from networking. My next thing would be internships. Oh my gosh, internships are invaluable, especially if if you have a local newspaper around, one of your favorite publications. I remember I interned at my most favorite publication. It was Creative Loafing, and I had dreamed of writing for them since I was in high school. So when I came out of school in 2009, they were the first person that I went to, and I got so much experience out of that 6-month internship, and I had so many connections, and I was able to get a letter of recommendation that put me in touch with another publication that I began to write for. So internships are invaluable. So definitely find one of those. And my last tip, frequency and consistency. Oh my gosh, I can't stress this enough because I've actually fallen victim to it. You cannot have a blog and not always be putting something up. It has to be consistent. It has to be consistent. You can't just fall off one month and be like, oh, I'm back, oh, I'm back into the world. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You'll lose followers that way, actually, because I've lost followers that way. So that's my last tip. That's pretty much my comprehensive list of things to do for freelance writers. 1, Eventbrite. 2, networking. Find a publicist. Reach out to your alumni. See who graduated with a public relations degree and reach out to them. Also, following your favorites on social media, people that you admire in your field, the who's who, and definitely taking away from them some of the things that they do and that you pick up from studying them as well. Internships, your favorite magazines, your local newspaper, whatever it is, find them. All you got to do is inquire. Even if you don't have a portfolio, but even by graduating, you should have something. And then frequency and consistency. Definitely frequency and consistency. Keeping it up, keeping it fresh, and always having something there and never having any time lag behind from your last post to your next post. So those are my tips for freelance writers who are just wanting to start out into the industry. These are my tips for you. So I hope this has been helpful, and happy writing, you guys. The next video is going to be about pitches.